Happy Friday, everyone! We are live once again on Imagimake at Create Together with another fun and exciting activity today. So, I hope everybody's had a wonderful week. We have another guest, a fun and exciting guest joining us today as well. We're just going to wait for a couple of minutes to our guest to join us. We're going to reveal the activity for the day and then get right into crafting. So thank you for everybody who's joining us. I see Tanya, I see somebody called Bucket Bold, Krutika. All right, I see a lot of you joining us today. So thank you very much. Very, very happy to have you all. As you know, we always have this craft together, create together sessions on Friday, usually around 5 p.m. Hi, Vanya. And we try to invite, hi Manali, we try to invite a different artist or a different craft enthusiast to join us every Friday. And we have fun creating something together. So right now we are just waiting for a couple of moments for more people to start joining in, as well as our guest of honor today to come on board with us as well. And in just a few minutes, I do hope that we see her. So how's everybody's week been? I hope everybody's enjoying crafting. Hi Shruti, nice to see you. And hi Parul to you as well. So I'm going to go ahead and invite our special guest to join us, and wondering how good the internet connection is going to be today and how soon are we going to see her. Hi Shruti.
Hi.
So good to see you.
Yeah, same here, Disha.
We're very thrilled to have Shruti over here with us in our Create Together session today. For those of you who know Shruti, you'll obviously know that she is a wonderful artist. She, I believe, loves watercolor but works with a lot of different mediums. She's been teaching and creating and crafting since years and years and years. She has two lovely daughters who are also budding artists and craft enthusiasts. Hi, how are you? So good to see you.
Hi. My dad is in my classes, so I'm very excited.
Okay. We are very excited to have you here with us as well. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And is your sister going to be joining us as well?
No, she has her Katha classes, but then
okay.
she's joining me for partly a session, and this younger one wants to badly be with me. She's all makes clay and everything.
How nice. So why don't we have her by starting to introduce herself first? Why don't we have her talk about herself for a couple of minutes?
Anisha, can you talk about yourself? What do you like? What's your name?
My name is Anishi, and I like to quill and just play by myself.
Okay, all right. And play with your sister as well.
What did you say? I didn't.
Did you like? You said you like to play by yourself, but you like to play with your sister as well a little bit.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
She's her fighting partner. She's a fighting partner.
Oh, okay.
Teacher, friend, go-to friend, corner, fighter, everything. I guess you need, two kids. I guess they develop a bonding. That is what I have seen. That they, there's this quote: "You can't be with them, you cannot be without them." Like that.
So true. Yeah, so technically, I don't know. I am an only child, so I can't relate to it as well as maybe the girls can. But I have had a lot of cousins growing up with whom I can try to, relate that sentiment to as well. So
if you're only child, I'll not say, okay, fine, it's okay that you get all the things for your own self. But then, it's always necessary to have two so that they develop another level of bonding. You feel that you don't need Tom and Jerry, you have it at your home.
How cute.
They're best pals, but they're the worst enemies also.
And then you're prepared for anything that can come at your way for the rest of your life, right? Because you've
I
had
don't
that.
know. As a mother, you can't make it out whether you need to favor the younger one, the elder one, who's correct, who's not. Nothing really matters. It's just that you have to be out of the game. Keep on
Okay.
fighting, keep on sorting out things, keep on learning. They want each other, but they want to fight with each other. Everything is with each other.
Okay, all right. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. And we know, of course, a lot of you all are joining us, and you all want to share anything about your siblings. We're happy to hear it. Or if you want to get right into understanding a little bit about what kind of creative projects Shruti likes to do, we'll get right into that. And Shruti, you could tell us a little bit about what kind of mediums you like to work with, why you like to do creative projects.
I have, from a very young age, I started off working with very small age group. That is an age group of 5 to 6. And, I was teaching drawing to them basically.
How nice.
So that part was something which made me learn so many things. How do kids grasp and, what do they think and how do they, pick up elements around them. And right is not always right for them. It is just that what they love is right for them always.
True.
That is what I learned very early as a, I will not call myself, but now I would because, I worked with different age groups and then I started working in the medium of watercolors and basically art and craft. And I took too many, like for like 3 or 4 years, I was taking when quilling was really very new. And, I had this passion of creating and, teaching that, you can make so many things and make it to use. I always feel art should be something which should be relatable and the kids can put them to use at any given time because if you talk about quilling, I used to always tell my students in my class that build up some projects in your school, do something wherein you use this knowledge over there, rather than just making frames and then keeping it for yourself. Let's make a card for your teacher, let's make some good thing for somebody who loves it to see, to receive as a memento. For that matter, today we are here for clay molding, and I just gave a thought that my daughters would love to have some keychains. So we are sitting with everything ready, so that we can turn it into keychains. And she's just waiting since it's lockdown. Schools are not working, so she's just waiting schools to open. She's made the rainbow quilling card and she's like, I'll bombard my teachers with everything.
How sweet. Those teachers are so lucky indeed to have you as a student.
Yes.
And
I myself being in one position, sometime as a teacher, I feel you get, that is an unconditional love what you get,
Absolutely.
I would like to mention it here, Disha. You have a lovely presence because my elder one was attending your class and this younger one was like, when will I attend a session with her? Mom, I want to talk to her, want to, use that thing with her. It's like, yeah.
Oh my God. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's very, very kind of you. I mean, for us, I think it's all about connecting with kids. I think that's what it's all about. To be very honest, I would say that you probably have more experience as a teacher than I would. And I feel like I am still very much a learner and I still have a very long journey to go.
That's why I never call myself a teacher because you're never perfect and you need to learn in every phase of life, and you may be one person teaching me something, so you're my teacher here. So always meet people who teach you things in, your way of life. I mean, as you move ahead in life, people come in your life and then they teach you certain things. So I don't think that I am a teacher, but then I'm very happy being a learner as well.
Well, let's all teach and learn and just create and enjoy together today.
Yes,
I think
that's for our today's session, create together.
Yes, absolutely. That's all what it's about. So, guys, everybody who's joining us, if you don't know, today we're doing clay activity. So if you already have some clay around you that you've grabbed, it could be any kind of clay, any kind of dough, any kind of moldable material that you have at home. You can please grab that. and be a part of this Create Together little activity with us. If you would like to view right now and get into the crafting bit later, that's absolutely fine. That's your call. We're going to do maybe one or two objects, definitely two objects, I think, but maybe more depending on how much time we have. We are going to start off with a little clay molding that maybe I'm going to try to show, and Shruti and Anishi. Anishi, did I pronounce your name right? Is that correct, Anishi?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, okay, all right, thank you. So Anishi and Shruti are gonna try to do it along with me. So we're gonna show you maybe slightly different versions of the object that we're creating. And then we're gonna
Actually sitting with Imagimake's, easy to dry clay. I mean, I love these sort of clays. And I guess whosoever is watching today's session should grab these. They are lovely. I mean, I just can't stop myself from playing with them and creating stuff.
Thank you very much. So yes, I mean, I am actually not using those, Shruti. I'm using something slightly different, but that's fine. We can all use whatever we have. And one of the beauty about art is that while something in reality is a particular color, it doesn't matter if we don't have that color, and we can just get creative with it. So we're going to try to do that. We're going to do one activity where I'm going to show you what we're going to create, and we're going to try to make it, and then we're going to switch. And I believe Anushi has some interesting project that she's going to show us how to make as well. Anushi, yeah? Okay, so perfect. So I have a few different versions. I thought we would try making a little cactus today. So I'm going to show a few different types of cacti that we were getting ready for today's session. So a few of us in our office studio over here decided to start practicing a little bit. So these are just some of the cacti that we put together after lunch today while we wanted to take a little break from the rest of our work and get ready for today's session with. So these are like 4 slightly different versions. Of course, those of you who like cacti, you know that they come in so many different shapes and forms, but unfortunately, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do all of these. So let's pick one, right? So I'm going to call this number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. And I'd love it if everybody in the audience could kind of just type out a number 1, 2, 4, whichever one you think we should start with, right? So once again, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so all right, I already know Alishi wants to do 1. Is that correct? Okay, wonderful. Okay, so I see a 1, I see a 2. Let's maybe, okay, one more 2. Okay, all right. Anishi, you can vote more times if you want for yours to get counted. Want to go to 2? Keep typing. Okay. Okay, so we see Hira saying 1 again. Okay, we see a 3 now. Okay, all right. And a 1 again from, hi Akansha, how are you? Good to see you again. Okay, we see a 1 again. Okay, so I think that there is a consensus here. Shall we say 1? Yeah, I think everybody wants to do 1. And I think that was Anishi's first choice. So I think that makes a lot of sense. All right. So I'm going to move this aside a little bit and probably go on top so that what I'm doing can be a little bit more clearly visible for a moment, right? So just give me a second while I switch up the screen. And you guys can get your clay ready if you want to. Like I mentioned, I'm going to be using some air dry clay because I would like to preserve, in a way, whatever I've created. But, everybody who's doing this at home, if you have some dough at home, you can absolutely feel free to do it with that as well. So here's this guy. This guy was our number 1. This is the one that we're making. So for a moment, I'm just going to let this one be visible in the screen before we, in the end, we'll try to come back to the others as well if we want to. Okay, so I'm going to use some brown and green clays to do this, but like I said, it's fun because you can imagine your cacti to be in a different color as well if you want. So go ahead, grab whatever color you want. So some of you have white clay, you all want to add color to it, or if you want to, do it. And then some of the air dry clays, you know how you can do it and then paint it afterwards as well. So if somebody wants to do that, that's pretty cool as well. One of the things that I like to do in clay modeling is before I start using the clay, I like to mold it and knead it around a little bit, because that helps us get the clay ready for molding as much as
Sure, which
possible.
clay are you using here?
I'm using just an air dry clay. It's really kind of like the ones that you have, the yellow and the purple that you were showing, but I'm just using a couple of different colors today. So, but you know what? If you want me to do mine in a different color, I can try to do that as well. Anisha, do you want me to do the same colors over here, or do you want me to do a different color? I have some other colors.
We picked up a peachish kind of a color for
Oh,
the.
that's cool.
Yeah, and we have
nice.
a green. We have a green for the cacti.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. And yeah, Anisha, if you want me to do mine in a different color, I can still switch colors.
You want to do it a brown pot, or you want a different color? Brown pot?
Why don't you recommend brown?
No, you can talk.
Yes.
Yes, brown. Okay, all right. So brown it is.
She's trying to type it to you, you know.
No, that's cool. You know what? You should talk. You should talk as much as you want to talk, because it's lovely to be able to hear you.
See, you need to knead it well.
Yeah.
Yeah, rub it.
So one of the courses that I took in college was pottery, you know, and obviously pottery works with clay. And I remember for the first, I think almost 1 week, all we were allowed to do was knead the clay. We were not allowed to even get on the wheel. And it was so, like, we were all so dying to, you know, just get on the wheel and start making all our pots and everything. But all we were allowed to do was just knead the clay. So it's that training in a way that has stuck with me and makes me feel like I just need to ensure that I'm kneading my clay really well before I start making something.
Disha, that was the same case with me when I learned my lamasa. Lamasa is a different form of clay, and that also requires a lot of kneading and then going on with the final thing.
Exactly. So guys, with respect to sizes and things like that, you know, I'm not really recommending any specific size, because your cacti can be literally as big or small as you want them to be. Shruti, any specific recommendations from you as far as size is concerned, or shall we just let everybody decide what they want to?
Whatever I see on the screen must be around 2.5 inches or so. It's pretty good size, I guess, what you're making, right?
Right. So kneading again is something that we do, which is important. Rolling it into a ball is in a way the next step, which quite often helps as well. And now all I'm doing is I'm turning it into more of like a cylindrical shape for the pot at the bottom, this part. Right? So just turning it into a bit of a cylindrical shape. You can roll it against a flat surface if you want as well, in order to make your cylinder, or however you want to do it. So yeah, there we go, almost there. And make it a little flat. If you want it to be a little thinner at the bottom and fatter at the top, you could just go ahead and pinch it a little bit more at the bottom than we do at the top. So if you can see, it's kind of gotten a shape which is a little bit like thinner at the bottom and fatter at the top. But you know, again, it's fine. You can just have your pot be shaped however you want it to be shaped as well. So that's set. That was easy. Shall we go ahead and maybe put some lines for the texture in it for the pot? Oh, lovely. Very nice indeed. So I'm going to use a toothpick over here. We could use clay modeling tools as well. So for those of you who have clay modeling tools around, feel free to use them. I do have a small little set over here. But yeah, for now, I just felt like using a toothpick. So I'm just going to use a toothpick. All right. Very nice, Anishi.
Even I'm sitting with some of my cake molding tools here.
Oh, lovely. Okay. Yeah, you have a lovely set. Absolutely. They're
used in fondants.
Yes. Oh, and it's so amazing to be able to do that, right? I mean, I haven't done much of it, I must confess, but I feel like I'd end up eating things before I could even complete them. So it would be very difficult to stay focused. With the clay, at least I know I can't really eat it. So I have to confine myself to just creating it. So yeah, you can just go around, give some of these little lines to your pot. You can use so many different textures, even with simple tools like a toothpick if you want. So if you want to put like a different kind of texture to the bottom of your pot, please absolutely feel free to do that as well. And we're gonna move a teeny tiny bit faster now because I think we're all getting the hang of it. And we also want to be able to complete object 1 and go to object 2 really quick as well. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to roll a kind of a pipe of clay for the rim of the pot over here. So I'm going to set this aside a little bit and roll a rim. So I'm going to start off in my hand, but then I can go ahead and use a surface to do this also. So just go ahead, make it as thin or fat as you want it to be. I think I've taken a lot more clay than I need. So I'm probably going to get rid of some of it at some point, but for now I'm just rolling. We do have the comments on right now. So if you guys want to have questions that you want to ask us right now, we're absolutely happy to receive them. In some time, we may switch off the comments for a little bit. So, but we'll again switch them on once again before the session ends. So, you know, happy to answer questions as and when we get the chance to be able to do so. So yeah, like I said, I think I have a lot more clay than I need, but let's see how it goes. So, okay, so I'm going to show you all one trick which I like to use when I'm trying to size what I need in order to cover this rim, because that was one of the things that was the first question that a child once asked me when I was showing something similar to this. It's like, how do I know how long this line needs to be so that it goes around the pot, right? So here's what I like to do. So I'm going to put like a teeny tiny dot on this over here. You know, can you guys see the dot? The dot's going to disappear soon, so it's okay. And I'm going to put this dot right at the bottom where I'm starting, okay, over here. And then I'm going to roll till the dot goes right at the bottom again. Or you could do that for the top as well. Like right now I can't see the dot, so let's do the top way. I guess that's easier. So right now the dot is right here. It's right on the top. So I know I'm starting over here, let's say, and I'm going to go around till the dot comes right back up to the top. So if you see, it's right around here. So what that kind of tells me is that if I take about this section of clay, that should be sufficient to wrap around the whole pot. So that's just a cool little trick, and we can test it out. We can see if that works right now. And get rid of this. Smoothen the edges a little bit because you've just kind of cut them out. And go ahead and wind it up. And there we go, almost there. So that was a little trick. I hope you all liked it. Yeah. Now, if you could smoothen that out, you could, if you wanted to smoothen that out, you could as well. Oh, lovely. Very nicely done, Anishi. Good job. Good job indeed. Okay. So the beauty of the air dry clay is that it sticks really quickly, but that also means it's difficult to keep removing. But that's fine.
Somebody here wants to know, can we use mold it for this? I mean, I didn't understand. I mean, they want to use a mold.
Yeah, if you have a mold, of course, why not? You can use it. If you're talking about for the giveaway contest that we have, if you can use molds for the giveaway contest, I don't know, Shruti, what do you think? Do you think we should keep molds okay for giveaway contest?
No, I think That is your creativity, what you can actually think and create it by with your hands, you know.
True, true, true. I kind of agree with that. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, we have two creations going on parallel. Now I get it. Okay, I was wondering whether I was seeing the same one or not. Oh, I think they mean Fevicryl molded. That's the type of clay that they're talking about? Maybe is it? I don't know if it's the same person asking this question or it was somebody else earlier. But I think if it's about a specific type of clay, I don't think I have used Fevicryl molded. I don't know, Shruti, if you have, but I think you could use it, right?
I think it doesn't have color. Me and Greens doesn't have color. I mean, the clay Fevicryl has it. I know that air drying clay is made by one another company, sister company of Fevicryl, but I don't know whether you're talking about the same clay because I have used that.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, air dry clay I think is available in a lot of different brands. I mean, sometimes you have these unbranded air dry clays also that are available from different retail stores or even online these days quite a bit. So for the next part, we're going to go again slightly quicker now because these are again very organic shapes. So they're kind of like bulbous shapes and they're cacti shapes. They're organic, they're plant shapes. So we can make them as big or small or as, whatever shape you really want it to be. So you want to start off with a ball and then just nudge it in a particular direction for it to get a specific type of shape. That's fine too, or whatever you want. So I'm just going to go ahead with something like this for my first one. Sometimes I like to make the creation before I put it inside the pot, just so that I can see what it looks like. Oh, lovely. Very nice. Very, very nice. And kind of to make it stay in the pot in a more stable manner, if you have the bottom be little big and bulky and go smaller as you branch out, it just helps what we call in science the center of gravity of your object to remain in such a manner as it will balance itself more appropriately. So that's my second one. It's a little smaller and I'm just going to go ahead and attach it to the first one. And on to shape number 3. Okay. So we're on to shape number 3. And this is a little bit more of a drop shape in my case. But once again, you guys can really choose whatever shapes you like. And a teeny tiny one at the top to go along over here as well. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly 4. It could be 5. It could be 3. It could be whatever size you want. Oops, sorry, put it down. I'm just going to go ahead and add that right at the top. Now, sometimes when you're making objects like these that branch out quite a bit with air dry clay, what I like to do is before I make it sit in here, sometimes if I feel like it's not stuck to each other very well, it wants to dry a little bit, I'll let it, be set aside and let it dry a little bit before I go ahead and stick it inside the pot. But this one seems to be doing all right so far. What I've noticed with air dry clay sometimes is that sometimes they are a lot wetter, sometimes they're a little drier. So it really kind of depends how long you need to wait, depends on how exactly your air dry clay is, how wet or dry your air dry clay is. I've grabbed a little bit of yellow for these tiny little balls that go on top of the cacti. Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm going too fast. Is it okay, Anishi? Oh, wow, you guys are pros. You guys are really doing this fast as well. Wonderful. Fantastic. Okay, so here's a tiny ball. And again, these are nice to put wherever you like.
Disha, if you want to engroove these cacti with some lines, be done
absolutely.
right now, right?
Yes, that would be lovely. Please go ahead and do that. I actually started sticking my balls, so I'm going to hang on to it. But yes, we tried some dot texture in this one, and we had some lines come in this guy. So you can absolutely go ahead and give some wonderful textures to your cacti as well. That would be nice. How about I try to make this into a hybrid cacti, and the one that I put the balls on doesn't have the line, but maybe the one on top does. I don't know if that kind of cacti actually exists in nature, but it would be interesting to maybe just create it and see what it looks like. So I'm going to take that idea and try it out over here. So there we go. I'm going to put some lines in there. And yes, we will be saving the session. So thank you for asking us that question. We will absolutely try to save this session, and we will share the links on our platforms, both Shruti's and mine, and Imagimake when I say mine actually. And we would encourage everybody to come see it and keep crafting together and share what you guys are making, because we would love to see what y'all are making as well. And of course, there's going to be instructions on our screens for the giveaway as well. So for the giveaway, you're encouraged to tag us. You're encouraged to use the hashtag create together. But what you make is entirely up to you. So you can make a cacti that looks like this. You can make a cacti that looks different. You can, do something else entirely as well. That's fine. But like Shruti said, we'd love to see your creativity. So anything that's hand molded in a way with clay is what we'd love to see as well.
And I think, Dishan, you have so many things at your, end in-house. So in case if you're sitting with kids, encourage them and, introduce them to different textures available, in our kitchen or maybe in our houses.
Absolutely, definitely. Do you have some suggestions of things that I could try to grab right now? I don't know. I can try to see.
The thing what I have in mind for doing up next
Okay.
will involve, this thing, the normal chutney we use for our teas.
Okay.
I really like the texture this thing has, and I want to imprint.
That is beautiful. Okay, I'm going to try to see if I can grab one of those as well for a second after we're done with this one. So this guy is an interesting little hybrid because I put lines on this one. I'm not sure if I want to put the balls on that one as well, but that's fine. I think it's nice to have some hybrid cacti growing in our cacti garden today. Yes, we can. What did you want me to put? Can you tell me again?
He wants to cover those white thing everywhere, all over.
Oh, those little pebbles, is it?
No, the white thing, the yellow, the yellow spikes. She wants it all over. It should be,
that requires a lot of patience.
It should be at the back as well.
Yeah, I know. It should. You're absolutely right. But I'm going to probably try to complete that after the session because I don't want to run too short on time over here. But that is very true. Yes, we should. I agree with you on that completely. So for the last little bit, again, we may not do this whole thing right now because I want enough time for our second activity also. But I'm just going to show you all what I did. I wanted this area to be covered with something because I didn't like the brown that was visible a lot over there. So what we did is we used a little bit of white clay and just made what looked like tiny little pebbles and filled that up. So that's exactly what you can do as well. So I'm going to make a couple of pebbles and put them in there right now. Oh, that is so pretty. And you have a lovely little flower on top of your cactus too. That is so pretty. That is so fantastic. Yay. Great. And that flower looks adorable. It looks so gorgeous. So very, very gorgeous. And Anishi, can we see yours as well? Whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready. Ooh, beautiful. That is wonderful. Thank you so much. So for those of you doing pebbles, pebbles are kind of like dots, but then you pinch them if you want in any shape that you like, because that's what pebbles are. They're just random shapes. So just pinch them in any way and let them kind of look as natural as they could possibly look with just random pinches. So again, this is something that does require a bit of patience to keep making these pebbles and putting them in. But if you guys don't mind, what I'd like to do is I'd like to kind of take a little bit of a pause on that note, because we've kind of covered how the cactus goes, and we've seen two beautiful cacti being made here as well. And then what we can do is we can try to go on to the object number 2, so that we have enough time to be able to do that as well. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely fine.
All right, perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and... Okay, perfect. So yeah, so I think we can complete this later. I'm going to set it aside, and I'm going to switch my camera so that I can see a little bit better as to what Shruti is going to teach me today. I'm very excited to see that.
I'll switch my camera as well.
Sure. Wonderful, fantastic.
I have this air drying clay. I'm using a yellow. Basically, you can use whites because generally people have a white color.
Okay.
And we're doing a lovebird kind of a thing.
Ooh, nice.
So let's have lots of yellow. I mean, depends on the size you want to do. I'm picking up. Just hold on, Anishi. Let me just grab some. What I have in mind is let's do 2 birds.
Okay, all right.
And make them sit in some nest, with some eggs.
Okay, all right, very interesting. Okay, so should I use yellow or should I use white?
Yes, you can use a white because I really like that thing with the white. They look like lovebirds. They look like doves actually.
Okay, how sweet. Okay, I'm gonna try it with the white.
What am I going to do is I'm dividing my clay, whatever I want to use, into 2 sections.
Okay.
This is 1/4 of the whole bulk. So this is going to be the body, and this is going to be the upper part, the beak and the neck, everything.
Okay.
So it's very simple, very, very simple. Anybody can just try it. Just roll. Just roll it.
Right.
And give it a drop shape.
Okay, so there we go. Drop it is.
Just give it a drop shape. I mean, this shows that the body of the bird is a boat shaped. So you have this drop shape. I hope everybody can see that.
Yes.
I've just given a slight drop. Yes. And this is what Anishi's bird looks like.
How nice.
It has too much of curve, but then it's all okay. It's all fine. I mean,
yes. Maybe it's a dancing bird.
Yes. It should look like this. Yeah. I'll pick up the other part for the face, and I'll just roll it.
Okay.
Simply roll it. It's very simple, and you just place it here.
Okay, all right. I guess my face turned out a little bit bigger than that, but I guess it's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
That is the basic shape of a bird. You've already achieved the shape of the bird.
Right, yes.
And the beauty of the shape, I mean, with the bird is you need to again grab some clay. Just a similar part as you did for the upper body. Just a small roll.
Okay.
Again, develop it into a drop shape.
Okay.
Okay, and then just flatten it.
Okay.
So that, you can actually make those wings for the bird.
Oh, how pretty. Okay, very nice.
Can you see that? Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes.
And here I'll be using some of my texture.
Okay, all right.
Okay, and you can grab any paper you have, anything which has slight of a texture, you know.
Okay.
I'm using my sieve, and what am I
Okay.
doing
All
is
right.
I'm just keeping it on top of this,
Okay.
pressing it very lightly,
Okay.
and picking it up. Can you see the textures?
I think a little bit. I think the yellow is quite bright. I think the clay is really
Yeah,
bright.
yeah.
So it sometimes gets a little difficult for the camera to capture it. I think I try to grab that as well, Shruti, so I'm going to try doing it too and see if it shows to the users on my screen as well. Yeah, I think it's got a very gentle texture in my case. Maybe I need to press a little bit harder as well. I'm just going to press a little bit more. I'm going to try to see if I have something else around me to be able to get a slightly different texture as well. Okay, let's see this. So I know this is something that probably most people may not be able to find.
I can show you. I have these pens, you know. Even they have certain textures here. You know, I can
Yes,
just
that's
use
very true.
these.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, 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 yep. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a good idea. Let's use that.
I made my bird.
You made your bird. Oh, wow, lovely.
Yeah, we'd love to see your bird as well. Ooh, very pretty. Very pretty indeed.
At the wings, at the wings,
I have the
I'm on to my second wing.
Okay,
your
right.
second thing.
Again, it's in the shape of a drop shape.
Mm-hmm.
I hope everybody can see that.
And this was the texture that I went with. So I'll go ahead with this.
Oh, my bird's wings have lovely textures. They've got some lovely textures onto them.
How nice.
And just to make them slight inverted, so you know, you have those birds flying.
Okay. And alright, I think my wings turned out to be a little bit bigger compared to my bird, but let's see what that turns out like. I guess it's fine.
You can.
Let's see. Is that okay? Is that what I have to do?
Yeah. Just
Okay.
take. Where I mean, I'll just show you. Wait.
Sure, sure.
Uh, 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 uh. This part,
Uh-huh.
the part where you join the body should not
Right.
be. I mean, this boat shape should be very much visible, and then you should attach your wings. So it
Okay.
gives you a very natural look. It should not be too much ahead. Just keep it thoda sa at the back, so you know you get that natural feel of a bird.
Okay, okay, okay. It's gonna be a little difficult because this clay is really wet for me to remove that right now, but maybe I'll try another one later.
Anishi's bird's wings have got all stuck all around.
Yeah, that happens with the air dry clay because it's really wet. So it's kind of like it's kind of like a test. You've got to kind of be sure when you're joining it that this is what I want to do. So, but I think it's all right. I think our birds are gonna look really fun because they're flying or sitting in a nest, either ways. So yeah, okay. And I think, are we giving it some eyes now? Is that what?
Yes, yes, yes.
All right.
Any dark color. I had this beautiful purple color, so I added these eyes. You could use a black or maybe, white and with some black dot in it.
I actually had some brown left over from the pot, so that was
Yes, definitely
most
a brown.
handy available at the moment. So I'm just gonna go ahead and grab that. Okay.
I would like to use red. I have a red for the beak. Yes, I'll give you, wait. Use this. Beaks are always a small drop shaped. Everything related to bird is in a boat shape.
Okay. There we go. So there's some eye. And red. Let's see. Red. Some red.
My eyes are a little bit stuck in.
That is mama bird and that's my baby. That is Anishi's
Very
baby bird.
cute. Those two birds are just absolutely adorable. They're absolutely
And
fantastic.
I'll show you something, Disha. I have something very interesting with me. I have these kind of hooks with me. I mean, you can pick up anything around your house as well.
Okay.
These are, a metal piece kind of a thing.
Right.
Which when the clay is dry, I can just insert it here. Okay. So I guess later when it dries, it will be here and I can insert some thread or some, and use it and gift it as a keychain to my friends, my teachers, my loved ones.
Absolutely.
Because I guess you need to insert whatever you want to when the clay is dry.
Correct.
I mean, you cannot do it later on.
Absolutely. And that's kind of like what we use in jewelry making as well, right? So for jewelry making.
That's right. That's right. Jewelry making or for flower making, you also have these, stalks of the leftover flowers. You can use that as well.
Correct.
Just bend it and you can just use it.
Correct. So there we go. There's my beak and there's my bird. And since
Wow, look at the beak. I love it.
Thank you.
I really love that beak.
Well, I'm glad you liked it. But yeah, I don't have that eye hook, I guess it's called, or something like that, around me. So I'm just going to use a toothpick for now, and I'm going to pretend that this guy is going to sit as a part of my cacti, maybe somewhere.
That can be used as a cacti or maybe on a pencil topper.
Yeah, absolutely. And for now, I'm going to see if he can just go ahead and sit inside this pot over here. As if he's come to say hi to the cactus. So there we go. Or if there's something else that you wanted me to do with it, I can easily take it out because it's still just, That was so much fun. Thank you so much for showing us how to make that.
And I can tell you one more thing. I mean, you can grab some clay and as you showed how a nest is being made. That is something which, the kids really love because that doesn't require a lot of skills. It is just that grab any leftover clay you have, and then just simply roll and just build up something in oval and keep placing because that is how a nest is being made, one top on the other, and you just keep on layering leftover. I mean, they just collect twigs, they collect dry leaves and everything, so it has to be really thin and just keep on placing on top of the other. And by the time you start building in the shape of an oval, that will be that will eventually take the shape of a nest.
Very true.
And what you can do is whatever is left over with you, whatever is lying left and waste around, you just gather that and roll it. Let mama do it, let papa do it.
Yes, get the whole family involved, right?
Yes, I mean, this requires no basic skills, just rolling thin.
Yeah, and I love that it uses up the kind of waste bits of clay that are lying around. I think that is so fantastic.
Yes, I'm already building up my nest.
Yes, I'm trying to do the same thing. Anishi, how many times have you made this bird before? Have you made the bird before as well?
Oh my God. I mean, once she has clay in her hand, she will not leave it. She tried making a crab few days back.
Oh, how nice. So
That
very
is
nice.
her version of a crab.
Oh, very cute. Oh, I think you shared this picture with us. I remember that. Yes, yes, yes. It's a lovely crab indeed. And do you have a favorite thing that you like to make with the clay, Anishi?
Anishi, what do you like to make?
I only like to make a cake.
Oh,
She likes to make a cake.
How nice.
Which is not edible.
Yes, because we're not doing it with the fondant.
You know, this particular clay, the air drying clay from Imagimake is something, you know, kids can have fun. They can develop so many motor skills and, you know, eventually make up such lovely things out of them, which are usable. Just, you know, not something where the kids make it and the moms feel, okay, fine, done. Ho gaya, chalo, clean the house, throw it away. that could be, you know, put to use.
Thank you so very much.
I'll show you. I have these molds,
Uh-huh.
and when I put your air drying clay into this,
Uh-huh.
I get such flowers out of them.
Oh, that's lovely. Wow. That is so beautiful.
And you know, these can be used for so many activities for kids. They can decorate their book, their projects. You know, they can make cards. They can make anything.
Correct. Absolutely. Absolutely. And is the air dry clay easy to use in molds, Shruti?
Yes, it is absolutely. What you need to do is just keep it open for some time in air. The moment it starts getting harder, push it in the mold and it will come out very easily.
Got it. Got it. Okay. So that's...
if it is wet, it will not come out because it will stick to all the sides possible.
Correct.
The moment it starts drying, quickly put it in the mold and remove it out.
Got it.
In fact, for few mommies who are, you know, doing baking or stuff like that, they even have different kind of molds available.
Correct.
I mean, I have some. These are my cake molds, although I'm sitting with my cake molds.
Nice. Okay. So you have a wonderfully artistic family, and you yourself are so artistic that you guys have all these wonderful tools and all these wonderful activities.
Moms have to learn everything, Disha. My kids want everything.
So much fun. It must be so much fun. All right. So I think we have about 5 minutes or so, 5 to 7 minutes left. Shruti, I'm going to show you on the comments once again because I feel like there's 1 or 2 questions that's probably already come in for us. So I want to be able
This is my version of my bird sitting on a nest, and you can have some white eggs.
So pretty indeed.
You know, and you can have the...
No, give me, that's mine.
She already is fighting with me. That's mine.
And this is mine.
All right, now we have the commenting back on, and yes, we would love to see your bird as well. Don't take your bird away. We'd love to see it. Okay, all right. So we have to see your bird with your nest. Okay, I get it.
Okay. She wants a different nest. She doesn't want mama's nest.
So I've kept baby eggs in it.
She wants to keep some baby eggs in it.
Oh, lovely. I'm going to try to see. So now I can't decide. I have the nest ready, like you said. So I'm going to try to lift it up, although it's a little difficult. So I have this nest ready.
Wow. It's so beautiful.
And I don't know whether to put the bird in the nest or whether to put the bird in the cacti. So it's confusing now. Maybe I need to make another bird so I can have one in both. And I'm going to bring these guys back into the section. And yeah, so guys, these are...
And one more thing, Disha, I wanted to know, are these air drying clays available online? Can we buy them online from your site?
So, actually, they are not, because we don't sell clay separately. These are available as a part of different other kits that we have.
Okay.
But you know, I mean, if there is a strong demand, we can try to do it. Air dry clay modeling is not one of our primary activities right now, but we love to keep doing different stuff and not just the quilling or the stamp art. So we wanted to be able to do something different today. We've done quilling the last 2-3 sessions, I think. So and we've done stamp art as well, which was also fun. But yeah, so now we have this bird, and we have these cacti, and we have this nest. And I'm going to try to see if I can somehow show all of that stuff in one screen. Also, it's a little difficult. So I see a lot of people thanking us and telling us that they enjoyed the activity. So thank you guys. Very happy to hear that you enjoyed the activity. Any
Same here,
questions?
Disha. It is so much fun, you know, being with you and, you know, chit-chatting, talking and knowing so much about Imagimake yourself. Your skills are very, very lovely.
It was absolutely lovely to be creating together with both of you as well. So this bird is dancing because I can't get up and dance right now. So the bird is dancing for me because that's how much fun we have.
It will be very interesting to see people what they, you know, visualize and come out with creative ideas. You know, maybe pencil toppers or maybe some, you know, eating mangoes or some stuff.
Yes, that sounds exciting too. So many wonderfully creative ideas. Oops, okay, so I'm going to put this down before I drop everything. But yes, I see that we don't have so many questions that we need to answer. So I think we must have hopefully answered everything as we went along. And yeah, I mean, thank you everybody for joining us. Like Shruti said, we look forward to seeing all the wonderful things that you guys are creating. And we, of course, had lots of fun.
And I guess, guys, whoever has joined us today, you know, make this an activity for your whole family, because this is something I don't think even Papa, Mama, everybody would enjoy. And let's see everybody's version, and you know, it will be cool to select people from there. You know, enjoy, because I think Disha's platform is, you know, create together. So let's do it together.
Fantastic. Love that. Thank you so much for that shout out. Thank you so much, Anishi. Special thank yous to Anishi for joining us.
She can join anywhere, anytime. And she's in awe of you. Hopefully she sees you soon.
Yes, definitely. We look forward. I think I may see you tomorrow again, or hopefully soon thereafter as well, right? So,
yes.
Fantastic. So I think Instagram is warning me that it's going to cut us off in a minute. So once again, thank you to everybody. We had a lovely time creating together, and we can't wait to see all your entries. And thank you, Shruti, and thank you, Anishi, as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Disha, for giving us such a lovely platform and such creative activities all throughout the week. You know,
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's our pleasure indeed. Thank you for joining us. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Take care. Be
safe.
Bye.
You too. Bye. Bye. Your hand looks really pretty too. Bye.
Because of my mother.
Okay. All right. Very nice.
You know, to be an artist everywhere, bake a cake, put mehndi, make things. A mother has to be here all the time and all rounder.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely. And so wonderful to be associated with one such mom. So thank you, Shruti.
Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Take care. Be safe.
Bye. You too. Bye. Bye.
Bye.